Okay, so here's what I got. I've got an old nasty toilet flange that I just pulled out. Definitely needed to be replaced. You can see it's rusted and in bad shape. And I had to cut that. Didn't do the best job of cutting it, but cut it off here out of the pipe. And it is quite a mess now. I've got a rag stuffed inside of a plastic bag so I can retrieve it pretty easily. But you can see that it's ABS that is on the outside. It was used ABS cement and glued it to the outside of my drain pipe here. It's a 3-inch drain pipe. ABS is on the outside of it, glued to it. And so watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and basically the advice that I got was to just make really small cuts to the outside of this, around the perimeter here, like every maybe ½ inch or inch. Make a small cut, and then take a wood chisel, very sharp chisel, and then hammer out each one of those small sections. So just did my first section, and don't know if you can see or not, but got the first section out over here on the left side over here. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm just using a DeWalt hacksaw here. It's like a 5-in-1 tool, so you can actually put the hacksaw blade inside there, and you can see it's a pretty difficult to reach area, but getting that hacksaw blade in there allows me to just kind of cut in there like that. So just again, make small cuts every maybe inch or so, or even less. That first one that I did was about a ½ inch. Take the chisel to it, and it actually came off pretty clean. I was surprised how easily that first one came off. So I'm going to try to do the rest of it, see how it goes. So the way that I'm hammering down on this as well, this is the chisel that I'm using, just a DeWalt ½ inch. Seems to work pretty well. It's brand new, so it's really sharp. The way that I'm doing it, again, I'm just making really small cuts in there on each piece, about a ½ inch or so, and then I'm setting the chisel on top and pushing it down and hammering it down with the hammer. So that force down is breaking it off actually pretty clean. So you can see I've done a little bit of way around it so far, and I don't have to hit it very hard. Just a few hits after I make that small cut, and the chisel striking down on it seems to be cutting it off pretty clean. And I'm not having to be super precise where I put the chisel, just trying to line it up where I think those two pipes met. It's pretty gummed up the way that I cut it. Probably didn't cut it the right way, and so it got more melted. The ABS got more melted rather than clean cut, so it is a little bit tough to distinguish where those two pipes meet. But doing my best to get the chisel right there on top, right in the middle, and then just hammer it, just lightly tap it, and those pieces just fall right off. Okay, as you can see, I was able to get off the old flange. I was able to just chip it away a little bit at a time with the chisel, and ended up being pretty clean. And the new flange does end up fitting on there. Get the right one. So I'm not going to push that on tight right now, but I did test it. It does fit. So I was able to get all the pieces from the outside off and still end up with a pretty smooth fit. So then all I got to do is put some of this ABS cement around the outside here and push that down. So ended up working pretty well.